Welcome to Spoken Injustice, where we put the criminal justice system in the dock. If you have just joined us for the first time, Spoken Injustice is currently conducting a trial in which the criminal justice system is the defendant, currently accused of a particular crime, wrongful convictions. That is when an innocent person is convicted of a crime they did not commit. In this trial, judges, prosecutors, and defense are not lawyers, but us, the community. The victim is the innocent person who has been wrongfully accused and or convicted. We have now taken a brief pause from our trial to digest and reflect on what we have learned so far and the steps one can take in the event of being accused or convicted of a crime it did not commit. You can find those in the video linked somewhere here. If you recall, our last expert witness before the break, Professor Greenberg, focused on the psychological impact of wrongful convictions. Today, we're going to take a closer look at moral injuries. Follow us until the end to find out what moral injuries are, what are the associated symptoms, and whether there is scope for management to avoid escalating into mental illnesses. It has been suggested that a wrongly convicted person may experience what are known as moral injuries. Though these are more commonly associated with a certain group of professions, such as emergency services and military, wrongly convicted could also be affected. We have learned that moral injury refers to the intense distress resulting from experiencing events that violate one's moral or ethical code. In the specific case of wrongful convictions, the moral injury is caused by the betrayal of a system one implicitly trusted and believed to be fair, or even in some cases infallible. The most common symptoms for those wrongfully convicted are that they often repeatedly think about that event with the inability to concentrate in the normal course of life. And this often leads to the affected individual socially withdrawing. In turn, this leads to adopting unhealthy and self-destructing coping mechanisms such as alcohol or drug abuse, as well as isolation and inability to talk about their feelings. Though moral injury is not a mental illness in itself, it can lead to mental illness such as PTSD and depression. So what should we do about it? Following from Professor Greenberg's reassuring research, a treatment called Restore and Rebuild, or R&R for short, seems to be promising. Before telling you more about it, it would be great if you could hit the like button if you have found this video useful, and subscribe to our channel. It is free to you and it assists us in growing our capacity as a channel and to reach more users. Thank you. Going back to R&R, the aim of R&R is to help patients recover and reconnect with their lives. What does the R&R treatment consist of? R&R consists of talking therapy with a therapist aimed at making sense of the event which caused the moral injury and exploring how to implement healthy coping strategies going forward. Professor Greenberg told us that a pilot trial of this therapy on military veterans has been so far indeed promising. It was also suggested that speaking to others who have been in similar circumstances but have now seen a positive outcome can be greatly beneficial too. So today, my appeal goes to those who have been victims of moral injury in the form of a wrongful conviction, to encourage them to connect with us, to volunteer their experience in aid of those who are still trying to overturn their wrongful convictions and are psychologically struggling in their day-to-day life. Simply go to spokeninjustice.net and click on the link Join our Networking Hub. Join us again next week for our news session, in which we'll remember 2 victims of the criminal justice system who have sadly recently passed away. We look forward to usher you as we sit and rise in this unique trial.